Hi, I'm Doug.
And I'm Cathy.
And this is Maggie Mae. Join us as we follow the moon.
It's windy.
And it's cold. It's 42 degrees here. We had no idea. Well, welcome to Peach Springs. We're going to start our day off at the Grand Canyon Caverns, motel, gas station, dinosaur mini golf, you name it, this place has it all. So come along.
Thanks.
Now here you can see the Grand Canyon Caverns, and this place has got such a rich history in it besides what you're going to see. There is a 5,100 foot runway here. They can land planes, but it starts off at the very front with the convenience store. And this place is up, fully operational. It's not a relic of Route 66. It's still a happening place. All those motel rooms along the back, and they were out cleaning the rooms while we were there.
They've taken advantage of the fact that Route 66 goes through a lot of sparse territory. So they've just put everything right here in one spot.
Yeah, Peach Springs is not exactly New York City.
That's right.
And this comes at a great spot. This Caverns, which was not open at the time we were there, was found. The original thing was you could go downstairs and see down into the caverns and see a caveman. That was a publicity stunt, but
that wasn't real.
But during the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1961, that cavern was declared by then President John F. Kennedy to be a place for evacuees should bombs be dropped, and they still have provisions for 2,000 people stored down in that caverns. So now we're going to continue driving, and as you get close to Seligman, you'll see the Burma Shave signs. And they have restored these. I think there was either 5 or 6 sets, some on one side of Seligman, some on the other. But these have all been restored, and they're just as dad joke corny now as they were then.
Yes, they are. And there's that wide open space.
Yes, one thing about Route 66, the scenery keeps changing.
Yeah.
Nothing boring about the drive.
And those skies.
I know. Well, we are now going into Seligman, and I think Seligman has been one of my favorites so far.
Yeah.
This town is Route 66. That's all you can say. This town really is what you think of with Route 66. It's got all the classic buildings. They even class themselves as the birthplace of Route 66.
That's right. And there's that train.
You see the train tracks running parallel to Route 66. You'll always see trains out there.
Okay, now one thing about this little place is if you know some of your old history, Doc Holliday's dentistry was right there in that building.
This was their little jail. As you can see, nothing but the finest.
Yeah.
There's 2 bunks. So the outhouse back there was a 2-seater. And that was how they transported them.
I love the old equipment, the old cars, all this stuff. They've preserved it.
Absolutely. Right next door to that is the Roadkill Cafe and OK Saloon.
To say, you kill it, we cook it?
Yeah. And you can see as you look around the room, it's kind of like having the menu on the walls.
Yeah.
The back part of this is the OK Saloon. They not only have the one bar around the outside, they've got another one in the inside. Those were some of the daily specials from the week before.
That's right. I love the little cars.
As you can see, Seligman is very proud of their Route 66 heritage and what has made that special. So as we drive on through into Seligman, we come through a whole bunch of other things. There's a lot of these little roadside motels, all again proudly displaying their Route 66 heritage. This town really does feel like you're stepping back in time.
And it's in a good way.
Oh yeah.
We've been in some that stepping back in time was kind of scary, and some that was like kind of touching, but this is just so fun.
Look at this great old gas station that's now a gift shop.
And the old car sitting out front.
Yeah. Love this one.
And the horse tied up over there on the side.
These U-shaped motels park in the middle. And again, they were out there cleaning rooms. It's so great to see people are still patronizing these businesses. This is really, really special. Angel Delgadillo, this was his barber shop. Now, he is in his late 90s now. He's retired from barbering just by the last couple of years. But they've taken his barber shop and they've made it into, this is, by the way, this is him. But they made it into a little gift shop and museum.
And didn't they say he comes down there sometimes?
Yes, yeah, he still comes in. This is the museum part of it. This is his old barber shop. They've got a cutout of him there at the barber chair. I was scared to sit in it, but and there's an autographed Route 66 sign from him. But you can see Seligman doesn't do anything halfway.
No.
Now, this is Delgadillo's Snowcap, and this was actually Angel's brother Juan's restaurant. I like their dead chicken.
Yes, I do too.
He took that car, cut the roof off of it, and it has sat there every day since as kind of their mascot.
Yeah.
This place is great. Now, Juan has passed away, but his two kids run the place now. John was actually there. I got a chance to talk to him and find out a little bit more of the history of the place. But they are very proud of this.
It's like an outdoor museum.
Yeah. The two door handles, yeah, I pulled the wrong one.
Hilarious.
This is a fun place too, I'll tell you. They asked me if we wanted mustard on it, picked up a mustard bottle and squeezed it, and the string comes out of it. That was Juan and his wife. And this is the food, and the food was absolutely incredible.
Yes, it was.
Nice big burgers, chili dogs. And this is the only place I've ever seen where the French fries smile back at you.
That's right.
So we're heading out of Seligman, and off in the distance, you see where the old road used to go, and that was one of the bridges from the old road.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. One thing to keep in mind when you're going through these little towns is sometimes the most interesting stuff is on the outskirts.
Absolutely. Some of the things that don't even show up on the map, like that little bridge. Now you can see that from when we came into Seligman, the views start to change a little bit. And in Ash Fork, we came by the Route 66 Memorial. Now here you can see a lot of the remnants of Route 66. not quite as revitalized as what Seligman is.
Yeah. And the road is one way.
Yes. Yeah, one block over is one way the other direction. But they still love their Route 66 heritage.
Mm-hmm.
This is their memorial that they have there. Gives a little bit of the history of how they interacted with the rail line as well as Route 66. Well, now we're over to Williams. This is our first time in Williams, Arizona. And Williams is a cool town.
Yes.
Literally. They had, the week before we got there, had 2 feet of snow in Williams. And you could still see snow pushed up around some of the buildings.
Yep.
This was their old depot. It's now their visitor and information center. But you can still tell it was a depot. They've got a great little museum to walk through in there. It gives you a little bit of the history of Williams and, again, how it interacted with Route 66. You really get the feeling of why they call this the Mother Road, because it's like all the life along it came from that road.
Absolutely. If you like trains, Route 66 is the route for you.
It really is. Now, this street through town is the actual old historic Route 66. Again, these streets are one way in this town also. So cruisers right here. This is one we did not, we didn't have room to eat at. But Cruisers is one of the most famous cafes in Williams. But yeah, the old motels.
They're so colorful.
Mm-hmm. There you can see the snow piled up.
Yeah, yeah.
This stop, right on the corner, it was an old service station, and we're going to call it an antique business now. But look at the stuff.
He kind of like treated it like a museum too.
Yeah.
Come on in, look around. And I mean, you could see anything that was from the life of those days.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
The cars are the only thing that give away that we are in today's time.
Mm-hmm. That's right. This was the old theater. It happens to be a tattoo parlor now. The telegraph office was right there on the next corner. And they still have the fancy hotel downtown too.
Yeah.
Now, Williams kind of is the gateway off of Interstate 40 now towards the Grand Canyon. And if you went to the south rim of the Grand Canyon before, you went through Williams. Love the old cars.
Mm-hmm.
One of those,
the old gas stations.
Yeah, one of those classic gas stations. I love those gas pumps. This is their Pooseum. Supposed to be fossilized dinosaur poop. But we did not go in and check that out. However, right across the street from it is their Route 66 Zipline. And this Zipline, the cars look like old Chevys from the 50s. And
here they come.
Here they come. I'm not sure if I like the brakes. They stop quick.
Yeah.
But everybody was having fun with that. They even had this little western town area. Love that Crown Victoria too. Now, a distance away you come to the town of Parks, and Parks in the Pines General Store in Delhi. This has been operational since the early 1900s in this same location. And you name it, this is like the only little store out in the area. And they've got their wood stove there in the middle for heat, and anything that you could want. They had a beautiful deli. And like a mile down the road, you'll see the pavement ends. And that's the end of that section of Route 66.
Yes.
One of those places you do have to jump back over on the interstate. This is also where we saw our first Muffler Man. This was Louis, and it was not only our first one to see, but it's believed this is the very first Muffler Man. He's now the Arizona, I'm not sure if it was Northern Arizona University, but he's their mascot. They're the Lumberjacks. Now we're in Flagstaff. And Flagstaff, boy, you talk about embracing this. That's painted in their parking lot of their visitor center for the 100th anniversary coming up next year.
I really like Flagstaff.
And we do have a video out on Flagstaff from when we visited about a year ago. So you might want to check that also. But their visitor center is I say old train station, but it's still an active Amtrak station, still being used. And our Route 66 sign that's been traveling in the windshield with us throughout this entire trip came from there last fall. Now you'll come to the Walnut Canyon Bridge on Route 66 as you go out of town. And that's one of those old classic bridges.
Yeah.
You can see that there's a new bridge that's been built off to the side of it that's being used, but you can still walk across it. And as you go across it, you start to think about all these people in the 40s and 50s driving across there, looking for someplace new.
Yeah.
Now, the Twin Arrows Trading Post, this one is one of those famous iconic spots. It's been abandoned for a few years now, but this is the one that has those two big arrows at the end. This is what's left of it on the inside.
It's such a shame.
The ceiling was just about to fall.
Yeah, you don't really want to go in there.
Yeah, we made it to the doorway and that was about it. Quite a big property.
Yeah.
There was a cafe there. There was an Indian trading post.
Another one of those places where they just had everything.
Mm-hmm. But they were known for their twin arrows out in the parking lot. And you'll see now there's only one. One fell a few years ago. We've been told that it has been taken down by Phoenix and is being restored. Well, Cathy, we've made it about 2/3 of the way across the state of Arizona. And what have you thought about our journeys today, from starting at Grand Canyon Caverns and ending up here at the ruins of Twin Arrows?
This has been pretty amazing. I'm really loving it.
It has been, and I'm really amazed to see how Arizona has stepped up on Route 66. They've got the longest stretch, and they definitely are getting ready for next year.
They are getting ready for next year.
So with that, if you've enjoyed the video today, leave us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribed, watch for the button up in this corner at the end of the video. If you tap that, ring the notification bell, you'll know when every one of our videos come out.
And thank you for following us as we follow the moon.